In this talk, I have three primary emphases. One, something about this continuing resurgence in the rediscovery of the human birthright to spiritual flourishing, which flourishing takes place in God. And that basically is what contemplation is. When the illusion of being separate from God falls away. Old-time Catholics would have learnt that one of the effects of the fall was the darkening of the intellect and the weakening of the will. The point is, the human being cannot be separate from God. Now this, if you're tediously theological, this is the traditional teaching of Roman Catholicism and the Eastern Orthodox churches, in contrast to certain branches of the Reformed tradition which see the relationship completely severed. It is reconnected in our experience of God in Christ. But the point of this older insight is that we don't have to acquire God. And the search for God isn't a search for something that is, over there. It's a question of realization. And what the practice of contemplation does over time, bit by bit, and according to the mysterious tangles of providence, gradually the illusion of separation drops. So it is a question of contemplative practice, is a question of release and realization. And there is continuing interest in this. So I'll speak a bit about that. And then where in the history of Christianity does the practice of contemplation come from? There are many people who still think it's a import from Buddhism and Hinduism, which have rich things to say, contribute to us, as the Pope John Paul II and Benedict XVI have remind us. But Christianity has its own tradition. Where does this come from? And then, having addressed that, some key moments in the unfolding or maturation of our contemplative practice, and how our relationship with distractions changes as our practice deepens.